Hi everyone. I'm Joker Joke. Today you will heard 10 story jokes about dad. Expect new ones every day. Now press the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Let's go. A mother is in the kitchen making dinner for her family when her daughter walks in. Mother, where do babies come from? The mother thinks for a few seconds and says, well dear, mommy and daddy fall in love and get married. One night they go into their bedroom, they kiss and hug, and have sex. The daughter looks puzzled, so the mother continues, that means the daddy puts his the mommy's vagina. That's how you get a baby, honey. The child seems to comprehend. Oh, I see, but the other night when I came into your room you had in your mouth. What do you get when you do that? Jewelry, my dear. Jewelry. A family is at the dinner table. The son asks the father, Dad, how many kinds of boobs are there? The father, surprised, answers, well, son, a woman goes through 3 phases. In her 20s, a woman's breasts are like melons, round and firm. In her 30s and 40s, they are like pears, still nice, hanging a bit. After 50, they are like onions. Onions. The son asks. Yes. You see them and they make you cry. This infuriated his wife and daughter. The daughter asks, Mom, how many different kinds of willies are there? The mother smiles and says, well, dear, a man goes through 3 phases also. In his 20s, his willy is like an oak tree, mighty and hard. In his 30s and 40s, it's like a birch, flexible but reliable. After his 50s, it's like a Christmas tree. A Christmas tree? The daughter asks. Yes, dead from the root up and the balls are just for decoration. A black boy walks into the kitchen where his mother is baking and accidentally pulls the flour over onto his head. He turns to his mother and says, look mama, I'm a white boy. His mother smacks him and says, go tell your daddy what you just said. The boy finds his father and says, look daddy, I'm a white boy. His daddy bends him over, spanks him, stands the boy back up, and says, now, what do you have to say for yourself? The boy replies, I've only been a white boy for 5 minutes and I already hate you black people. After picking her son up from school one day, the mother asks him what he did at school. Well,
The kid
we have
replies,
just reached the
I
middle
had
of
sex
this
with
video.
my teacher.
You can leave a comment
She
with your
gets
joke
so mad
about
that when they
dads.
get home, she orders him to go straight to his room. When the father returns home that evening, the mother angrily tells him the news of what their son had done. As the father hears the news, a huge grin spreads across his face. He walks to his son's room and asks him what happened at school. The son tells him, I had sex with my teacher. The father tells the boy that he is so proud of him, and he is going to reward him with the bike he has been asking for. On the way to the store, the dad asks his son if he would like to ride his new bike home. His son responds, no thanks dad, my butt still hurts. A boy is selling fish on a corner. To get his customer's attention, he is yelling, damn fish for sale. Get your damn fish here. A pastor hears this and asks, why are you calling them damn fish? The boy responds, because I caught these fish at the local dam. The pastor buys a couple fish, takes them home to his wife, and asks her to cook the damn fish. The wife responds surprised, I didn't know it was acceptable for a preacher to speak that way. He explains to her why they are damn fish. Later at the dinner table, he asks his son to pass the damn fish. He responds, that's the spirit, Dad. Now pass the speaking potatoes.
Well, we have just reached the middle of this video. You can leave a comment with your joke about dads.
At school, little Johnny's classmate tells him that most adults are hiding at least one dark secret, so it's very easy to blackmail them by saying, I know the whole truth.
Little Johnny decides to go home and try it out. Johnny's mother greets him at home, and he tells her, "I know the whole truth." His mother quickly hands him $20 and says, "Just don't tell your father." Quite pleased, the boy waits for his father to get home from work, and greets him with, "I know the whole truth." The father promptly hands him $40 and says, "Please don't say a word to your mother." Very pleased, the boy is on his way to school the next day when he sees the mailman at his front door. The boy greets him by saying, "I know the whole truth." The mailman immediately drops the mail, opens his arms, and says, "Then come give your daddy a great big hug." A boy asks his father, "Dad, are bugs good to eat?" "That's disgusting. Don't talk about things like that over dinner," the dad replies. After dinner, the father asks, "Now, son, what did you want to ask me?" "Oh, nothing," the boy says. "There was a bug in your soup, but now it's gone." A little boy caught his mom and dad having sex. After, he asked, "What were you and daddy doing?" The mom said, "We were baking a cake." A few days later, the little boy asked his mom, "Were you and daddy baking a cake?" She said yes, and asked him how he knew. He answered, "Because I licked the frosting off the couch." An old father living alone in the country wanted to plant his pepper garden, but the ground was too hard and he was too old to do the work. His only son, who used to help him, was in prison for robbing a bank. The old man wrote a letter to his son and mentioned his situation. "Dear Jake, I've been very depressed lately because it looks like I won't be able to plant my peppers this year. You know how much your mother loved planting peppers this time of year, but I'm just getting too old to be digging up a garden plot. I know if you were here my troubles would have been over. I know you would have been happy to dig the plot for me. Love, Dad." A few days later he received a letter from his son. "Dear Dad, don't dig up that garden. That's where I buried the things. Love, Jake." At 4 a.m. the next morning, FBI agents and local police arrived and dug up the entire area looking for the things. They apologized to the old man after not finding anything and left. The next day the old man received another letter from his son. "Dear Dad, Happy Father's Day. Go ahead and plant your peppers now. That's the best I could do under the circumstances. Love, Jake." A son and his dad walk into a bar and the dad says to the son, "What do you want, fathead?" The son stumbles on his words and the father again says, "What do you want, fathead?" A lady close by says, "Why do you keep calling your son fathead?" And he replies, "Well lady, there are 3 things a man has to have in his life to be a successful man. Number 1, you got to have a big truck. See my truck over there. Biggest truck in the county. Second, you got to have a big house. See that house down up the street? That's mine, the house, biggest house in the county. And thirdly, you have to have a tight pussy, and I had one till this fathead came along."
Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow with new batch of jokes. If you like the video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.